Okay.
So let's not bury the lead. Do you know we kind of already did? Bronx Tale, one man show.
Okay.
Did you get to watch this one at all?
Yes, I did. Tell me what's about.
Okay, Chazz Palminteri. So I think I've seen one man show previously, and I think that was John Leguizamo, and that was like a long time ago. I remember it just being him standing up there telling stories, and that's kind of what this is because Bronx Tale, the movie, is based on Chaz Palminteri's experiences growing up, as far as I can tell. It's been a while since I've seen Bronx Tale. I wasn't quite sure what to expect with Bronx Tale, the original one-man show. And I think that's how it started off. He did this as a one-man show. Someone liked it, they wanted to buy it from him, and he wanted to write the screenplay for it. And he also wanted to play Sonny, I believe.
Yes.
And so it was kind of a Rocky situation where Stallone wrote Rocky and it's like, hey, you can buy it, but I need to play Rocky, you know? It was kind of like that. This was freaking, I love this because it's just Chaz Palminteri on stage. He's telling a story, but he's playing the parts of all the different characters, and they all got
Yeah, the
their
wise guys in the neighborhood, the blue collar workers, the people he
yeah.
grew up with in the Bronx in the 1960s. Yeah.
He's even playing as a kid and then later on growing up and
He's playing the
uh,
dad. He's a one man show. He's playing everybody. Sonny does a great job as Sonny too, the
this
main guy.
is weird because it's just him in a black background.
And a chair.
At
That's
the
it.
end, yeah. At the end, they show him doing the one way back in the day, and he's got like all
1989.
these props and everything with him, but not on this one. It's just him in a chair in a
Yeah.
black background. Do you know when you watch a movie with subtitles, like you don't understand the language, so you watch it with subtitles? But for some reason, when you reflect on the movie, I don't know if you do this, but I do this. I remember them saying the lines in English, even though they absolutely were not. I remember scenes that were not in this movie because Chaz Palminteri did such a great job acting out the scenes and kind of painting the scenes and telling the story. I go back and remember it as these scenes that happen. There's a bit with the car towards the end that I probably shouldn't get into.
Yeah.
There's opening up. I forget the guy's name, the main mob boss guy,
Sonny. Yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Sonny kills the guy, and then
Yeah.
the dad brings his kid in that saw everything. I remember that as a whole scene. I don't remember that as Chaz Palminteri being the one guy sitting there. Does any of this kind of make sense? Because
Makes a
it's
lot of
it,
sense. Yeah.
and I was locked in the whole time. I wasn't sure what to expect, and then as soon as he started, and then just kind of kept going, it was like
Well, Eric, can I play?
really dramatic. It was funny as hell in a bunch of spots because he kept having all these silly callbacks and stuff.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
devil's advocate. Okay. It's currently on demand. Someone's gonna ask you, Eric. It's a guy talking to an audience. It's
Yes.
only him in a chair and maybe a suit. Why am I gonna spend my money or whatever to watch 90 plus minutes of a guy just talking? What would you?
Same reason you're going to join our Patreon. We got why are you going to pay Patreon? It's just two guys talking every week or every
That's
month.
true. That's true.
But this is just
I think my answer would be just a great storyteller and he's a great actor, so he's
he's a
acting out of the role.
fantastic storyteller.
He's
Like
magnetic. He's a magnetic presence.
yeah,
He's always been.
and from the jump, like you're right in there. And when he gets into the character. Like some characters are like, they start off fun, and so he's just doing like kind of these, you know, archetype or cliche characters. That's how it start off. But then once you get more into the character, now like some of the characters are comic relief, some of the characters like got more depth to them, and then as it goes on, I just kept leaning closer and closer to the screen like every second. The movie I saw is on paper pretty boring. The movie that Chaz Palminteri put in my head after having watched that is a completely different thing than was actually on screen.
Okay.
It's an amazing magic trick he did with this.
I will say this. If you're a fan of A Bronx Tale, this is obviously in your
Yeah.
wheelhouse, right? But people who love A Bronx Tale may say, I don't want to watch a Bronx Tale one man show. I've already seen the movie. My answer to that is it only enhances the movie on a deeper level. Even more important, I think this one man show stands alone whether or not you've seen the movie or not. It is a singular piece that is worth watching just because of what it is, right? And the fact that a film exists on top of that, it's just a great sandwich. But both of them are good sandwiches on their own, if that makes any sense, Eric.
Yeah. This kind of goes back to what I was saying, but I was like, I was almost saying like, who played that one? Oh, Chazz Palminteri did. He there were no characters. It was just Chazz Palminteri. But that's how it just burrows its way into your mind, just kind of lives there because he does such a great job with all the characters that it feels like you have different actors playing all these different characters off of. And I think the editing helps with that too, because like, he'll turn this way, be this character and then turn that way, kind of miming someone talking. So then the way they edit it kind of brings a film language aspect to it that
Right.
might
And
not be there if you were there live watching it. Although I'm sure watching it live is just as mesmerizing.
you have, look, it's not a big thing, but you have sound effects throughout the production. If I'm trying to remember what specific sound, maybe if there's
It's
a
like
car squeak,
gunshots and
a
stuff.
gunshot or
Yeah.
a fire, if there's a fire engine or something like that, so
There
you'll
was
hear it.
there was that one
Crack of the
part
bat.
where
Yeah.
there was a fire and it looked like there was like smoke everywhere and
Mhm.
then it cut and then there wasn't smoke anymore. So I'm I'm,
Right.
I'm kind of curious how they did that because
That was interesting. Yeah.
smoke doesn't come in that quick and then disappear that quick.
Yeah.
So they had to have done something there, but
Well, yeah, I love A Bronx Tale one man show. It's just he's a Palminteri. I interviewed Palminteri back in the early 90s when a Bronx Tale was out. I don't really remember what specific press junket I interviewed Palminteri for, but when he talked about one of the things he always mentioned, and he still mentions to this day, about nothing's worse than wasted talent. And he said that during the press
yeah.
junket years ago, and it's a story he stuck with since 1989 when I think that one man show debuted. And it's not a tired message. You can tell he's still engaged with his story and he's not going through the motions. I was really highly impressed with A Bronx Tale one man show. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. Really loved it. What
Oh,
about you,
four and a
Eric?
half. That seems low. I gave it
Oh,
five. I could watch this. I could watch this every day. It was just I was just that much into it, and
what you like the message as well? I mean, you like the story, you like the actual life of the
the
Bronx, and
message is the message is irrelevant in this matter. It was just what the story he was telling. I was just locked in the whole time,
very
and
good.
when it was over, I was sad because I wanted it to keep going.
Yeah.
Like if Chaz Palminteri has another one man show in him, I'm there for it. I absolutely love this.
I'm glad you loved it. I loved it as well. Not as much as Eric, but both high, really good reviews. I wish, look, Bruce is one of the things I think Bruce would have liked it too. I don't know if Bruce is a fan of A Bronx Tale. Are you a fan of A Bronx Tale as well? Did you like it
See,
that
that's
movie?
just it. I saw it a while ago and I don't remember it. Like
Oh my
none of this
God.
clicked back in my head. And
That's
I kind of want to go back and watch The Bronx Tale, but I'm worried that I'll be like halfway through the movie. I'll just watch the one man show.
that's amazing. I've only seen it a couple of times. I love that movie so much, and I love this one man show as well. I can't wait for you to see it again.
Yeah.
Just to see what you think of A Bronx Tale. But anyways, all right. So A Bronx Tale one man show is currently available on demand. It's hitting select theaters and a rollout at different dates, but most of you can see it if you actually purchase it on demand. I will leave a link on our show notes where you guys can actually purchase it. And if you purchase using our Amazon links, all of us here over at CinemAddicts get a slight commission as associate members. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.